Well, like we mentioned, Anthopoulos is probably going to look to add people, and there are quite a few targets going to be at the trade deadline this year. And I asked you to come up with a list of some of the guys that you really like to be traded. So let's start going through it. And the first guy is a guy that you have been hearing for 2 years might get traded. Personally, I don't trust him because I don't play cards with anybody named after a city, and I don't trust people with two first names. So we're talking about Louis Robert Jr. of the Chicago White Sox.
Okay. I get it. He sucks. He sucks. Or let me put it more appropriately. He's been playing as if he really, really sucks. I mean, I've got no problem if people are going to jump on this and go, dude, are you kidding me, Louis Robert? This is the perfect guy that you go for right now. And when you've got somebody already hitting a $170, 200 in your lineup, and they suck, and they're not pulling their weight at all, this is the guy that you go after and you throw him in there. You teach him a new position. You get him in a lineup. I think Louis Robert Jr. is playing crappy because he's on a really crappy team and he needs energy. He needs to walk in there and have a fiesta every single day. He is a perfect candidate for a team like, and I'm not saying like position. This is like they're a perfect candidate for the team. I'm just saying the type of team is like a Padres, the Braves. Somewhere where you walk in that locker room and everybody should be upbeat, energized, excited to go to the ballpark every single day. You don't put him on a team and expect him to put you over the edge, over the top. You put him on a team where you need a role guy. You need a seventh guy in the lineup because your seventh guy already sucks at whatever. And you want to take a chance. And you know what? You can take a month and live with the results because you're playing some decent baseball. I'm looking at him going, he puts me all over the edge in September, October, and not right at this moment. I take a flyer on him immediately. It's just a matter of what are the White Sox asking? Because you know what? You got a guy hitting 177 with a 286 slugging percentage. He can't get on base to save his life. He's got 266 on base percentage. But he gives you great defense. And you know what? He was a time when he was a 330 hitter, a 285 hitter, 264. It has consecutively gone down when the team sucked.
I'm calling it right.
Throw him on somewhere that's good and you take a chance.
I'm calling it right now. He's going into the Mets.
That's a perfect position. That's a perfect place. You walk in, you don't have to be a superstar. The team's already playing good. They've got a Latin vibe. They've got energy. And you go, dude, just go out there, play great defense, and whatever you give me at the plate. And then you know what's going to happen? He's going to start playing. And I think he's a guy that'll give you a 250, but his 250 could be a scary 250.
Right. We'll see. I still don't trust him. I do see him going to the Mets. I'm not.
I don't trust him, but I got to find a place where I already don't trust the guy. That's the important part.
All right. Up next, IKF of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, Ralph Kiner's nephew, I believe it is. What do you know? What do you see?
I mean, he's probably, to me, he might be number one on a lot of people's boards. Shortstop. So when you're a shortstop, you can play everywhere, every single position. To me, he is killing it. 304 average there in Pittsburgh on a dreadfully awful team. They took him. They didn't have to give up really a whole lot for him. They didn't take, it wasn't a huge chance. They got a guy that the Yankees didn't really need or want at the time, right? And they got opportunity with him, and he's made the absolute most of it. You have to love it. He's gone around, obviously gone through a couple different teams before he found this home in Pittsburgh. Spent a little time with the Blue Jays too. So there's a lot here to love, but he's playing incredible baseball. He's batting 304 as a shortstop. This dude should be number one on everybody's board if you need a player anywhere.
Yeah, and he's a lifetime 265 hitter, so it's not like, oh my God, he's usually a 210 guy who became a 300 guy this year, and I don't know what I'm going to get when I get him. At least he's going to give you a solid 265. He's going to give you solid defense.
Yeah. Like he was a Texas kid for a while, Yankees, obviously, with the Blue Jays, and now Pittsburgh. He has turned it on. He's figured it out. He's playing great baseball at the moment when a team that he's on is horrible, and there's no reason they should have him by the end of the year.
Trying to think what team he should go to. You have any ideas?
You know what? Again, I'm not great on that part of it. On trying to figure out where the best place for him is. But
Yeah.
seriously, anywhere that needs I'm looking at left field, shortstop, second base, maybe even right field, anywhere in those three spots, maybe even third base. But like, if you have a shortstop just kind of struggling, this is a pickup, man. He has turned his career around right at this moment.
He would be pretty good as an option, and I don't, because he's going to be a target for a lot of teams. I don't think he'll go there, but I would love to see him go to the Angels. He's a good stability guy. He's going to give you good defense. The Angels got to start getting more guys like that. They got to stop with the guys like Tim Anderson, who they released because he was good 10 years ago.
Yes, I just don't think the Angels are going to be buyers at that
No,
point.
they're not going to be buyers, but that would be the kind of move if they were smart, they'd be like, okay, I'm going to take this guy long term, 2-3 years. I think he's a quality ball player. That's the kind of guy they should
The
get.
way I look at it is, I don't know if I'm trading for him for 2 or 3 years right now.
Right.
I don't know, but I do know, like, I'm trading for him for a run right now.
Okay.
I'm taking that 304 average and going, dude, this is it. Like, he had 292 with with the Blue Jays. So he's giving you a lot. He's not giving you a whole ton, it's not like he's driving in 70 runs and all that sort of stuff, but he's giving you what you need. Make a run for him right now.
Yeah. All right. Next guy on your list, Ryan O'Hearn of the Baltimore Orioles.
Again, a guy that you were buying heavy on right now. If the Orioles are sellers at any single level, him and the next guy are the guys are selling. They've kind of hit a little bit of gold with him. He's 31. He's not a part of their future plans. I wouldn't have him for part of my future plans at all. And it's nothing to do with that he's not good. It's the idea that I already have a bunch of guys in those positions. I already have a bunch of young players that I need positions for, and right field is an easy position to throw some people in. It's been an incredible find, especially after losing Santander. So it's been amazing that he's gone to 328 this year. He's had a great career at Baltimore right now. You make that run right now with him. He's a guy that you can put in the corner outfield spot, and he will play good baseball. He's hit for some power this year. Right now he's got 9 home runs. He had only 15 home runs last year, obviously in some limited capacity on at bats with 443 at bats. This year, 177. He's almost already over. He's going to catch that home run number within a month here. I'm trading heavy on him because if I'm the Orioles, that's where I'm dropping some contract weight. I'm getting my young players in that lineup and finding out what they got. Next
guy on your list, also a Baltimore Oriole. You mentioned him, Zach Eflin.
Another guy, 31 years old, having a okay year, 4.46 ERA, 4-2 right now. But he's a guy that I'm on radars, right? He has had some incredible years. When they brought him in from Tampa Bay, he had pitched very, very well with Tampa. Higher ceiling, and he's a guy that's going to help somebody. And I don't need him for the long run. I don't need him for the years coming forward. I needed him for this year. This year's not working out. See ya.
Okay. Up next, Angels pitcher Tyler Anderson.
So this is where it kind of changes for the Angels. We're kind of talking about a little bit, like, where do you go if you're the Angels? I'm not cutting bait on this team right quite yet. They're still 20. They're 28-33. They had a run in them. They're getting some players back. You see Trout coming back and hitting absolute jacks and being a player back, but they're 3-7 their last 10. They're falling. They're getting behind in the West. They're not crazy far behind, but they're far enough behind, and they don't quite have the players. They got good young talent. I liked this signing back in the day when they signed him a couple of years ago from the LA. They signed him in 23 out of LA. I like it, but at this point, this is where you can get that value for him. You can get some value and keep building on a team, and you can go out and find a Tyler Anderson as a free agent.
Next guy is a guy who I guarantee will be traded. Kyle Finnegan of the Nationals, their closer, has experience closing. He's just, see you later.
I mean, 28 saves in 23, 38 saves in 24, 17 already this year, 2.49 ERA. He is, like, if he's not a Yankee, I don't know what's happening.
Fair point.
I don't know what they're thinking. Just go after him. He's the guy. He's the guy. Like, again, he's never been on the bright lights on that level, in that stage. So things change.
Yes.
It is a monster. You're looking at Devin Williams, one of the best relievers in baseball, like over the last 5-6 years, and he's struggling right now. But Finnegan, to me, you bring him in, but you bring him in to be your closer. You do not bring him in to be your setup man.
Interesting. All right. Up next, Josh, I really want to nail her.
Josh Naylor, I don't want to say has reinvented his career or anything like that. Just has continued his career, doing a great job in Arizona. He came in to replace Christian Walker, has done an incredible job doing everything he needs to be doing for this organization. The organization is failing him, and the organization needs a trainer. He's the value that Arizona can do. I can understand Arizona's going to be in a weird spot. They've got a good enough team to be able to compete next year, but they don't have a good enough team to compete this year. Does Josh fall in that idea like, okay, he could be a part of some future stuff, some future plans here? And if not, I'm taking that value. He's still 27. He's in his prime. This is it. This is right in that window. So if you think you can compete next year, I keep him around. If I don't think next year is the possibility, like I'm not going to have Corbin Burns next year. So if I don't think next year's the possibility, I get some value for him.
Here's what I do. You want to make one trade that's going to make the Diamondbacks better? Very simple. Trade the Diamondbacks for the Cubs, have them switch divisions because that's what they need, because the NL West will kill you. They are good enough to win the NL Central. They would be in competition in the NL East. They'd be better than the Braves in the NL East. I don't know if they'd be as good as the Phillies, but trying to catch the Dodgers and the Padres this year is going to be damn near impossible.
They're wild card or bust this year right now, the way they're playing, but they're just playing like crap. They're every facet of the game. We knew their bullpen needed a lot more help than what they had. They didn't get it, and they're suffering for it. They're starting rotations now, suffering for it. It's just, to me, he's the value out there. If you need a power hitting first baseman that can play, that can do some interesting stuff, he's the guy I'm going after.
Up next, a guy who sounds like he should be a game show host, and that's Pete Fairbanks.
Pete Fairbanks, the owner of some of the greatest post-game interviews in Major League history. If you've never seen those, just search Pete Fairbanks like post-game, and it is incredible to watch. He talks self-defecating so much. It is hilarious. God, he will, when he does not have a great outing, he will tell you straight up, I sucked. And it is great. It's actually very, very funny. But he is getting better. It's the funniest thing. He'll have like a great season, then like a season, and then a great season. And right now he's having a great season at the right time. He's going to be a free agent, I believe, after this year. So this is standard Rays procedure. Him and another Rays guy on this list, that whenever they come even close to free agency, you move them.
All right.
Even though the team's doing well, doing great. What, second in the AL East right now? Everything about it screams don't trade. Trade four guys, pick them up, but they're the Rays. You don't do that. And you know what? They're still going to end up in second place. They're going to trade every one of their superstars and be in second place. I don't know how they do it.
Because they're the best run organization in baseball as far as what they're able to do with young players and then flipping them. I bet you that they would be the best at selling baseball cards. They know exactly when to sell guys.
They know exactly. It's amazing. And they get good value for it too every time.
Every time. The next guy on your list, Aaron Savali. Man, I look at this guy and all I can think of, he would be absolutely perfect for the Dodgers for a little while.
Yes, and that'd be that perfect kind of spot where he comes in, gives you innings. I get it. His numbers aren't great this year. They don't jump off the table. 5.19 ERA, 1-1 record. Only 4 games started. He's going to give you the innings. He's going to give you the time. He's going to go out there and pitch good baseball. He has a career 4.0 ERA, so he's going to pitch better than this, especially when you get him in a position like the Dodgers or a team that's playing really good baseball. Not that the Brewers aren't playing fine baseball, but to me, he's a target. He's somebody that I would definitely be going after if I'm another team. If I need a 3, 4, 5 guy somewhere in there, if I'm the Dodgers, yes. Maybe if I'm the Yankees, I have an injury or two at the end of that rotation. He seems to me like screaming kind of like Met too at the end of that rotation. If they need a guy at the end of the year, if they want a 1 or 2, this is not your guy. But if you need a 4 or 5, he's your guy.
Yeah, they just have too much pitching right now, the Mets,
Well, they've
believe
got
it
too
or
much,
not.
but I said if like that
Yeah.
changes very quickly, and this is the type of guy that the Mets have taken and turned around and gotten back like really on track and better in their career. This is exactly the type of guy.
It's because your friend is a genius and we love him.
He's done a great job.
All right. And finally, the last guy, a guy that people should be talking more about at a position that there's very, very few great players, and that's Brandon Lau.
Brandon Lau going back to Tampa again. Perfect spot right now for them to move guys. Brandon Lau has been a stud. He's in 251 this year, 12 home runs, 33 RBIs. He is driving runs in on a team that is playing good baseball right now. But this is, again, Ray should not be moving him, but this is standard Ray's procedure. You move him. I think he's got 1 year left on a contract. If I'm not right, if I'm right. So this is like perfect value. You're still going to get solid value. Fairbanks, I think he's a free agent, but again, he's a reliever, so it doesn't really matter. You just go get what you get from him. Lau, you're going to get value, and the Rays are going to find it out there, second base, and there's a lot of teams can take him because as a second baseman, you can play third, play second, you can DH a little bit, play right field, play left field. He'll be able to find a spot and play good baseball. He's been a Tampa Bay Ray for life, basically, and has done nothing but produce, especially the last couple of years.
So those are the guys that are going to be able to help you. And if you're a GM and you really want to get helped, what I would suggest, because we all know that pitching is necessary. So if you're a GM, don't look at other teams. Just find out who worked with David Arzma at Top Velocity Pro, because those are the guys that are going to get you over the top in the future.